Hi, welcome to how to create a background image for a Google Slide. So I'm going to model how to do this and actually use it in an educational setting when you want to give students an interactive slide, but you don't want them to move around all the graphics that you've worked so hard on. You want it user-friendly for them, assign it through Google Classroom, and have them manipulate something and show you they understand something. So what I'm going to do is I've created this order of operations slide for students, and I want them to be able to drag and drop these 4 word phrases over to the correct box in order. But I don't want them to be able to edit the word phrase, I don't want them to edit my title, and I don't want them to be able to have the ability to move around these 4 boxes. I just want them to simply drag and drop and then submit it to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to come over to the left-hand side here where it shows slide 1, and I'm going to right-click on it and duplicate the slide. So now I know that I have a slide to play with, and I'm not going to alter all my hard work on slide 1. So on slide 2, I'm going to select the 4 text boxes that I don't want in my background, because those are the word phrases that eventually I'm going to add on here and students are going to move. But everything here on the slide is what I want it to be non-movable for students. So I'm going to go ahead and take a clipping or a screenshot, or use what you want, whatever tool you use to do this. I'm going to click on it here and I am going to save it to my downloads. So I've got that screenshot saved. And I'm going to come over to this menu right here where it says the plus. I'm going to hit the drop down and I want to add a blank slide. So I have a 3rd slide here now. On my 3rd slide, I'm going to go up to background in my menu. When I click background, I'm going to choose an image and I'm going to go to browse, because here it is. It's my screenshot that I just took, and I'm going to upload it, and that is going to be, now it's my background. So you can see I'm trying to click and I can't click on anything. So it's a background image and students can see it, but they can't alter it. So now I'm going to go back up to slide 2 and I can go ahead and delete that slide. I don't need that anymore. Okay. So now remember, this is my one with a background. So now I'm going to go to my first slide and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to snip just this word phrase because I don't want them to be able to get into the text box that I created, and I don't want them to change the wording. I just want them to have a box to download. So I've gone ahead and saved it, and I'm going to go ahead, and while you're here, I'm just going to quickly snip all of these. Doesn't matter the size, you can play with it however you want, and I'm going to save it to my downloads. Every snipping tool you use in computer works a little differently. If you're working with a Chromebook, then you probably figured out an easier way to do it, but my PC does it this way. So I'm snipping and I am saving to my desktop or my downloads so that you know how to get it back. And I got one more to do, and I'm going to do the add and subtract and go ahead and save it. So now when I go to upload them, I have the 4. So I'm going to go to my slide that's going to be eventually my student slide, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go into insert image and I'm going to upload it from my computer. And here are my last 4 screenshots. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. There were 4 word phrases. There's parentheses, and I think I can collect them all. Exponents, multiply and divide, add and subtract. Open it up, and there they are. So now I am going to mix these up a little bit because I do not want these in the order in which they are going to, I need to mix them up. So I'm going to mix them up and see how they do. So, and you don't have to do it, I'm going to do it varied so that they know. And then in their instructions, I will put in here that they need to drag and drop to move them over in the Google Classroom. So here we go. I'm going to go back to slide 1 and I'm going to delete this slide because I don't need it anymore. It was just my placeholder. All right. And now the only thing that can be moved or altered on my slide is this. So we can now, students will get shared. They'll get their own copy of this in Google Classroom, and all they have the access to do is drag and drop to show me they understand order of operations.